Knew a girl named Nikki, I guess you could say she was a sex fiend. I met her in a hotel lobby, masturbating with a magazine. She said, how'd you like to waste some time? And I could not resist when I saw little Nikki grind. The castle started spinning, or maybe it was my brain. I can't tell you what she did to me, but my body will never be the same. My wife hates that song. I mean, desperately hates that freaking song. Must be why I have it stuck in my head today. Or it could just be that I'm kind of a freak, whichever way you want to go with it. Hey, Wolverine, what do you think? Any notifications today? Let's see. King Archel, Sierra? The notifications, like yesterday, the notifications weren't too bad overall, but it does seem like lately, even when Susan does find her way to sending us out some notifications, it seems like it takes longer. Used to be within the first few moments of a stream, you'd get at least a small batch, of notifications. Now we're a minute and a half in, and yeah, not much going on. Yeah, freaking Susan just likes to, dole things out carefully. Just because you may have subscribed to a channel and ticked the bell and everything doesn't mean they have to send you notifications. Peanut butter white, I like that. My wrestling name, I had a few over the years, but most commonly, or for the longest amount of time, and most recently, it was Curtis Candy. That's why I do this, and anything in entertainment now, I do under the Curtis Candy name, just because I grew really fond of the character. Hi, IDK. And Renee is here, and Johnny's in. A notification a minute later is better than no notification. Yeah, very true, Johnny. Very true. Now, I've got two. You guys can hear it now, I'm sure, and you'll hear in the videos. The only thing is this new room, the ceiling is really high. And in my studio, I never have a lot of furniture anyway. So there's not much sound absorption. So I've got some stuff ordered. I'm hoping will help take care of this little bit of an echo we have. Doing good, Cian. I appreciate that. Where'd I get the name Curtis Candy? Just I remember when it was back when I was driving bus for a city in upstate New York, and there had been a long time where there was no organizations I knew of to wrestle, so I'd been out of the business for a little bit. And I had found a new one and started making some arrangements. And I'm like, I'm going to change the gimmick name, do something entirely new. And I have no idea why. Curtis Candy just came to me. I always liked the name Curtis. So that was the long and short of that. It was just a name I liked. And Curtis Candy sounded like it had a good ring to it. I thought it'd be fun when I was playing the face to bring candy down, and toss it to the crowd or something like that. But nothing really, no exciting story with that. It was just a name that came to me. VHS Frank said, oh, of course, Miss Filthy Frank, sure. Those are some great, funny dude. Oh, yeah, Johnny says, YouTube is such a far cry from what it was a decade ago. It's really damn sad. It is. It really is. Sad is the word. What am I doing in the thumbnail? I got to remember which thumbnail I posted. Is it the fire hydrant one? The fire hydrant one, that's a clip from a movie we were making, but we ran into some production issues and never completed it, called The Legend of D-Pouch, about a really dysfunctional asshole of a superhero. And at that point, he was pissing on that fire hydrant because he was annoyed that the whole world sees the fire hydrants as life-saving and something important to society, and everybody shits on him. Here it is again. This is YouTube's new thing, guys. I got it again today now on my dashboard here. Now would be a good time to insert ads. Creators earn more money inserting ads and more viewers are watching. Give it a try. Susan needs more money. Susan's broke, you guys. Sink says, glad to finally make it to another one of these. My question, though, did you hear about the assassination of the Japanese Prime Minister, Abe? Yeah. That was insane. Did you see the freaky homemade weapons that Psycho used, too? That was a shocker. That was fucked up. I almost forgot about that, Bruner. Bruner says, yes, I've heard the new Beavis and Butthead movie is good. I forgot about that. I got to watch that. I love Beavis and Butthead. Hey, Kendra. Good to see you. Giga Chad says, does pineapple belong on pizza? Absolutely not. No, never. But in fairness, I don't think pineapple belongs, period. Pineapple in general could drop off the face of the planet and I'd be okay with it. But certainly not on my pizza. I love pizza. What's your bra size? You know what? It's been so many years. I just like to let the titties swing. I couldn't even tell you what the size is. I like to be free like a hippie. I heard about that, Irene. Said a politician blamed Hideo Kojima. I heard somebody told me that yesterday in the stream. What the fuck? How messed up is that? Yeah, I heard that, Max, about the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, yesterday in the stream, the guy was telling me. That's sad. That's sad. No. Burumoto says pineapple on pizza is awesome. Nope, not me. Well, my wife loves it. She gets Hawaiian pizzas all the time. And you can put ham on a pizza all day. I don't have a problem with that part of the Hawaiian element. But once you start putting that, no, fuck that pineapple. My favorite anime, Peanut Butter White, I would answer that. I just don't really have one. For me, and with the level of enjoyment I get out of anime, it's impossible to say that, one is better than all the others. I certainly have elite tiers and have a special connection like to Naruto because it's the first anime I watched start to finish. I had seen clips of Dragon Ball and seen the abridged. But I'm a big Hunter x Hunter nerd, a big One Piece nerd. There's so many of them that were just great. Overlord was phenomenal. The list goes on and on. Even into High School DxD, which a lot of people just write off as an ecchi and just there for the titties. I think it's a phenomenal show. I don't have one above the others. Bruner says, hey, Curtis, thoughts on stuffed crust? Personally, I think it's the way pizza should be. Well, see, I'm not a good one to ask on that because I generally don't like cheese. Pizza's the only time I ever really eat cheese. So there's no way I'm going to be a proponent of putting cheese into the crust because I love the crust. And that much cheese all at once, no, I can't eat it. So, again, it's not for me, but anything to do with cheese like that's not going to be for me. Red Wolf says, if you could wrestle any wrestler in the world, who would it be? And why is it me in a year where hopefully I'll be ready? I like that. So anybody active? Who would be fun to be in there with? Because I'd always said Mark Calloway, The Undertaker, would have been great to have actually been in the ring with him. Active guys. Gosh, there's so many. I just want to think this over a little carefully before I say for sure. There's a lot of them. But a guy always just struck me as being cool, and I like the way he works and seems like he'd be a blast to work with, is Kofi Kingston. I don't know why. I watch his matches, and he can do so many things I can't do. And, of course, my style was all based on violence. And Kofi's is based on just over-the-top slick. So I think that would make for an interesting dynamic. I think it'd be fun to work him. Negativity says, would you rather only be able to eat fruits or vegetables for the rest of your life? Fruits. Don't like veggies. Fruits, definitely. Logan says, character-wise, how do you think you have evolved the most throughout your life? Well, that's an interesting one. Character-wise, what did I evolve the most? Um, hmm. I think in the ways I was able to develop as a parent. I put a lot of time and effort into not making mistakes that my parents had made or trying not to make mistakes I've seen others make and always putting kids and grandkids and everything first. So I would say parentally, I've made the most progress. Barry says, last post, please, oh bald wise man. Important question. Okay, Barry's. Let me see it. Where's Barry's? Time for the hard. But I'm hitting questions. How big is it? And are you a shower or a grower? Answer the question. It seems average at best to me. I couldn't give you an actual number. Probably more of a grower than a shower. But certainly nothing to get excited about. Brian Danielson could have a great match with anyone. Johnny says that's true. Absolute truth. Oh, that's too bad, Jester. I didn't know that. I've never met him, of course. It says Kofi was a dick when I met him, unless the camera's on him, that is. Oh, that's too bad. That's unfortunate. BH Damien says, when will you get a haircut? Never. When you're blessed like this, what? And actually, if the truth be told, I'll be getting a haircut tomorrow evening in the shower with my razor blade. Hey, Kyle. Renee says, is Frosty the Snowman in anime? Yes. Absolutely. Put one foot in front of the other. That's not even from Frosty the Snowman. No, Frosty the Snowman would be silver and gold. Silver and... No, that's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. All Frosty's got is the stupid Frosty the Snowman song. Fuck him. No, he's not an anime anymore. Edgar, good to see you, pal. What's one of your favorite wrestling themes of all time? Ooh, that's a good question. One song that's stuck in my head right now is Billy Gunn's I'm an Ass Man. That was a good one. That was a classic. Not to keep going back to the same well, Edgar, but as far as themes, The Undertaker's. That ominous bong followed by that organ music and everything is one of the greatest, most iconic intros ever. That and then probably the early days of the Road Warriors when they used Iron Man as their theme music. That was badass. If you had ever seen the Road Warriors, when they first came around, late 70s, early 80s, and they were using that Iron Man theme, and nobody was using theme music at the time anyway. And they would come down and go all, just go all gonzo batshit while their music's playing and just start attacking people. And yeah, that was cool. Excuse me, guys. Eddie Guerrero, King of the Ugandan Knuckles says, yeah, Eddie was a good dude. I didn't get to meet him, unfortunately, but a bunch of friends of mine at different shows had run into him, and it was when he was on the outs with the WWE for substance abuse, I believe, and he was just such a good dude to all the boys, all the young guys. Really, really giving with his time and just an overall good dude. M says, Frosty has a dick. Probably got a little icicle down there, I would think. Big Green says, I have no real questions, so I'm just going to ask how you guys are liking the new house so far. Love it so far. I like the way the house is set up. I absolutely love the neighborhood. So far, I mean, it's only been a few days, but so far, everything is great. I've got to work on getting the echo out of this room for the recording, and then other than that, I just found my last tote for the room that I can't find, so I can get the rest of the stuff on my shelves and everything. Chrome says, oh, good timing. Just got off work and had dinner. Duck and truffle parfait and San Francisco sourdough. Wow. Nice, Chrome. Oh, M says, is it his nose? Could be. Who knows that creepy snowman sticking that carrot? Fucking Frosty. Pervo. Chrome says, so no annoying noises so far besides dryer. Nope, we had this morning. You guys will see. I was recording for the Goosh for the Patreon at the time. So you'll see it in one of the videos. A neighbor was mowing his lawn. So I gave a fuck off lawnmower, but I don't think that'll take hold. I don't think we'll have a lawnmower arc. Jester says, oh no, do I want to? He says, look up Frosty the pervert. You kind of scared me a little bit. I will. Hold on just a second. Let me grab Sync's super chat, and then I will. If you could punch any celebrity in the face really hard with no consequences, who would you choose? Oh, and only one? Oh, shit. Oh. Wow, so many to choose from. No, we're talking celebrity, not politician, right? Probably Mark Ruffalo. He always struck me as one of the most, in real life, elitist, snobbish douchebags. That's just the way he struck me. I've ever seen. I think it would be insanely satisfying to punch him in the face. Hold on, I got to look up Frosty the pervert, even though, even though, as I say it, I think it's not a good idea. Frosty the pervert. Oh, Matt Raj, it's an actual song. I can't play it, of course. I don't want to get another strike. But I'm reading the lyrics. In trench coat, he exposed his dick and balls made out of snow. Oh, man. And he stroked his frozen meat. Excuse me. Lit a cigarette. Right to a play squad cop who shoved a nightstick up his ass and Frosty screamed, don't stop. Ooh. That's messed up. My instincts were right. I shouldn't have looked that up. No. What is your favorite cereal? And what are your thoughts on Raisin Bran? Zuchen says, favorite varies, depending on what mood I'm in. Top contenders would be I like honeycomb. Every once in a while I'll get in the mood for some Fruity Pebbles. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is good. And Raisin Bran I like, but I have to put some sugar on it. Raisin Bran I can't do unsweetened. It's just so bland. But if I just sprinkle a little bit of sugar on it, Raisin Bran is very good. Once I put a little sugar on it, it'd actually be up there with my favorites. Top Cube says, what's your favorite thing to eat for breakfast? Breakfast is my favorite meal, but there's a lot of things I really enjoy. If it's any one item, probably really well-made hash browns. I can give you an example. If you've ever been to Cracker Barrel, like the hash browns that Cracker Barrel makes, they're fucking amazing. Yeah, probably really well done hash browns are my favorite breakfast dish. Lick says, what shampoo do you use for your luscious goatee? Well, it is one of those places where I'm willing to spend a little extra, and it's actually the shampoo I use for it is sperm from this very rare breed of alpaca that you can only get in certain parts of the world. Crow says, don't lie, Curtis. Your favorite breakfast meal is rhubarb and prune oatmeal. Oh, goddamn prunes. Prunes are so nasty. Oh yeah, Top Cube says yeah, those Cracker Barrel hash browns are pretty good. They're just crazy, and they do a good job with them. They get that just that nice crunch on top, and oh yeah, oh yeah. Negativity says, what did you see that gave you that opinion of Ruffalo? I don't really follow celebrities, but I always thought he had a likable face. Just his. I've seen him in interviews and stuff. Negativity, and in fairness, we're opposites on the political spectrum, but that's not it. It's the way he presents himself. He just everything I've seen him in an interview. To me, he's always got that like that smug, condescending expression, especially when someone else is speaking. Like I would see when they'd be talking to the cast of the Avengers and stuff, and it was like Mark was taking in everything that was said and running it through his own little mind to see if it passed muster. It just, and again, all of that may be untrue. It's just the vibe he gave off to me. Tsunami says, Curtis, how do you feel about the Ghost Runner thing in MLB? I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I don't think it's necessarily a bad idea. You know, it does make the extra inning games get tied up a little quicker. It's one of those things that they never bothered to institute it. I'd have been fine with it, but I don't despise it. Big Green says Raisin Bran sounds like old person food. Truth. Yeah. M says punch Brie Larson in her drywall ass. I was afraid that they were going to make her the hero in title's gone on my head, but the final in the Avengers series, and I would have been livid. I would have been so pissed. I didn't mind her having a little bit of a hand in it as she did, but if she would have been the one to beat Thanos, I'd have snapped. Chrome says Amphibia, a Disney cartoon, was trending, and because of it, I found out this hilarious fact about Disney. I'm surprised that archive didn't leak. All right, hold on, guys. I'm going to check this link. It's time to bring this up again. I see. Fun fact, I once asked Jeff Good, creator Jake Long, American Dragon, at a FurryCon, how do you feel about people making lewd art of your characters? He said, oh, Disney sat me down and showed me a bunch of Kim Possible porn and said, this will happen to your show. What the hell? Oh, shit. Yikes. Negativity says, here's a stupid question I always like asking. Would you rather have teeth grow in place of your hair or hair grow in place of your teeth? Neither. Although teeth head would be fun for some things. I can think of some mischief you could get into with that, so I'll go with that. Excuse me, guys. Get some eye. Bruner says, Curtis, are you going to do any more Team Fortress 2 stuff? Probably not. It doesn't fit at all in with, the anime and the things we're doing now. Yeah. Big Green says, I didn't expect to hear the words Kim Possible porn today. Yeah, I don't think there's ever a day you wake up and expect that. I'm with you there. Oh, really? Chrome says, excuse me. Well, there is a cut of Endgame where Captain Marvel is a much bigger part in it. Also, they apparently wanted to give her own Star Wars film. Potentially films, plural. What the hell are they seeing in her that the rest of us are not? And I got nothing against her as a person. I think she's terrible on screen. Jesus Christ. Peanut Butter says, my favorite girl from high school DxD is Asia Argento, the blonde nut. Yeah. Well, there's so many hot ones in DxD. It would be. Edgar says teeth head would be pretty gross to see. I don't know why. No, I agree. It would be pretty gross. If you were the only one that had it, though, it would make already, which is my favorite street fight move, a headbutt. It would make it all that much more damaging, though. Excuse me. Egedgo says, who killed Bob Crane? Poor old Bob Crane. Boy, he lived the Hollywood life before it got snuffed out for him, didn't he? He was a Hollywood partier. For those who don't know, he was Bob Crane was famous for the old Hogan's Heroes TV show. Ooh. Chrome says it gets worse. They didn't just show him Kim Possible porn. Disney has an archive of official Disney porn because of how their contracts work. They legally own anything their animators make, even off time. Yahoo! Got to start digging into those Disney archives. Wonder when those will be out on Disney Plus. Now that would keep me subscribed. Austin says, Curtis, are you going to do more SSJ9K and Brandon Rogers videos? No current plans. Bruner says, Star Wars is dead and Disney is screwing with its corpse. Not wrong. Igaigo says, I think it was Schultz. No, Bob Crane. Werner Klemperer played Sergeant Schultz. No, I'm sorry. Werner Klemperer was the colonel. I don't remember Schultz's name, but Bob Crane was the lead American GI. I forgot what it was. Was he a colonel? I think it was a colonel, but he was the top American. Red Wolf says, did you ever get into a real fight during a match? Not a real fight. I had, I think I told the gang this story before. I had a young guy get a little out of line and call a spot that I wasn't comfortable with. So I clotheslined him really hard. I didn't try and hurt him. I made the clothesline safe, but I fucking killed him with it. And then gave him the option whether to shoot or go on, and he just went on. He didn't know what he'd done wrong. He found out later. He apologized. No, never had a fight. When I was locker room boss at one time, the guy was out of line in the locker room, and then in the ring I stiffed him a couple times, but he knew it was coming because I told him I was gonna. But no real fights. Had a couple altercations backstage. Jack says, I've been waiting forever for a live stream, so I can thank you for getting me through some rough times in my life. I sit down for a day or two and just watch all your DBZ abridged playlists. Well, I appreciate that, Jack. And like I say, and I always mean this sincerely when I say that, if hanging out with us here gets anybody through a tough time, I am extremely honored. Very much so. I didn't want to hurt him, so I killed him. Willie says, yeah, pretty much. Well, if you're going to do something like that, if you put a clothesline under somebody's chin and snap their head, you're a dick because you're taking a chance on really injuring them. I put it where it's supposed to go, on his chest, but I hit him hard. I pounded him with it. I pounded a guy. Wolverine said, oh, I'm a bounce. I'm exhausted. Okay, pal. Thanks for being in. M says, all right, I have to drive now. If you're still around when I'm not, then I'll be back. Goodbye, old man. Okay, M, thanks for popping in with us. Favorite sports movie, Tsunami? Ooh. Of course, I love Rudy being a Notre Dame fan. Love Field of Dreams. Love the original Longest Yard. The remake was okay. I think they did okay with it, but I like the original better. And there's one other I always list. Name's not going to come to me. The Will Ferrell movie about the tropics. Semi-Pro. Semi-Pro I always liked. Oh, and then too, you would have Sandlot. So a bunch of them that I really enjoy. Yeah, I remember that pinned off. Warner Brothers legally claimed a Meat Canyon vid where Bugs Bunny is rapist, which means that Bugs Bunny is canonically a rapist. I remember that. Excuse me. Rick says, I imagine the Disney execs going to the animators of Gravity Falls or whatever and being like, all right, boys, time to break your backs drawing porn of these children for us. Big Green says, pounded a guy. Yeah, that just sounds like wrestling. Oiled up in sweaty dudes in Speedos and spandex pounding each other. Now you guys get why that was my vibe. That's what I did for so long. Austin says, are you going to see Nope movie, Jordan Peele? There's a difference between would I like to see it and will I see it. Would I like to see it? Yes. Will I see it? No, because typically if I do go out to the movies, something I like to take my wife to do, and she terrified of horror movies. But would I like to see it? Yes. At some point, I'm hoping to get to see it when it streams at least, because I like Jordan Peele, and that movie looks good. The clips I've seen. Johnny says Field of Dreams is amazing. It sure is. Terrence says People Will Come speech was so damn good. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. James Earl Jones is one of my all-time favorite actors anyway. Oh, people will come, Ray. People will most definitely come. No, I haven't played Dark Souls, Rosalina. I played one of the later versions. It got sponsored at the Goosh. I played a few rounds of it. It was a lot of fun. Very, very fun. It was one of those rare things that the fighting was so much fun that even when it was difficult to get by a boss, I never even found myself getting frustrated with it because I was having just such a good time doing it. Mystic Space says, I want to say I really enjoy your content. Well, I appreciate that. Thanks. I appreciate that a lot. You don't play Dark Souls. It plays you. Yeah. Tsunami says, Johnny loves him some baseball. Very passionate about it. Love baseball myself. Know exactly what you mean. Bruner says, favorite movie by Pixar. I have a hard time choosing between The Incredibles and Ratatouille. Let's see. Toy Story was Pixar, right? I always get them mixed up. Toy Story, that whole, not trilogy anymore, that quadrant of movies is my favorite movie series ever. And number 3 is my favorite of all. Willie says, the only Marvel show or movie I'm looking forward to is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. After Kenobi, I'm officially done with Star Wars. The people I've talked to, though, you guys know I'm not a Star Wars. I'll watch it. I'm not a Star Wars fan, though, or a freak, though. But everybody's saying Kenobi is really good. Or everybody I've talked to, anyway. Austin says, Curtis, are you excited for the new season of Hello Boss? Sure, absolutely. And Kyle says, do you think Austin Theory is going to cash in during the Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns match in SummerSlam? Possible. I think putting a belt on a big belt on Austin Theory at this point is rushing things a little. Don't you guys? No? But will they do it? Possibly. They're pushing the shit out of that kid. And I've got nothing against him. He's a good worker. But I don't know. It just seems like to put him at the top of the class. Really? Big Green says the opinion on Kenobi seems to be mixed. Must be just, the people I know. I have a few friends who are big Star Wars nuts. Plus, I guess, too, if you're really a huge Star Wars nut, you would tend to like it. Brian says 100% Theory is still green. Yeah, it just... See, I think you can get away with booking somebody coming into the organization, shooting right to the top if they're a monster. Then it's quality booking if you're a Brock Lesnar. If you're Paul White, somebody that there's a reason that sending them to the title quickly will just give that monster vibe more pop. But outside of that, I don't see any reason to push somebody to a title that quickly. I don't think it works. Oh, Lick says, I just have a crush on you and McGregor, so I thought it was pretty good. That's fair. Negativity says, I always found it interesting how much the average quality of horror movies is so low. That's fair, too. Jordan Peele is super refreshing is that his movies are actually competently made. Yeah, like I say, I'd like to see it. It's just I'll only see it if... Now, with us being down here, my wife will be traveling back every so often, back up to New York to spend time with family and for big events and stuff. So on those times when I have a little alone time, it's just me and Nene here, then I'll see what I can watch for movies. My plan was, because she's got to go back to New York at the end of the month. My plan was, while she was gone, to have my stepdaughter Renee sit in on a stream with me. I could still do it, but I told you guys how things worked out unexpectedly in the house. I had to move the studio upstairs. So now I'd have to, I could probably do it though, get her wheelchair upstairs, then carry her up, set her in the wheelchair. We'll have to see how that unfolds. Timothy says, just bought WWE 2K22, saw that a DLC will have Logan Paul. Oh, really? They already got Logan in the DLC? I think there will be a huge increase in 1v3 tornado handicap matches. I think you're right, pal. Excuse me, I don't like the Paul brothers. Now, in fairness, the little bit he did at WrestleMania and stuff, it was good. He worked. Or you could tell he trained. He put in the time. I just dislike the kid so much. I'm not interested. It's not the kind of dislike that translates into a love to hate where, oh, make him a villain then, make him a heel. I just don't care about him. Maybe he can change that. We'll see how he does. DJ Rap Trap says, I want some Curtis DLC. Thanks, Mystic Space. I love those stickers. I don't know why. I haven't seen that one before either. I don't even know what that thing's doing. Willie says, Kenobi was meh plot-wise. It wasn't even about Kenobi, and it turned Darth Vader, the greatest villain ever, into an idiot. Really? Well, that would be disappointing, because when I did follow Star Wars was through the first 3 movies, of course, as you said, when Darth Vader was the ultimate movie villain. At the end, we were supposed to feel bad that a woman couldn't kill a kid. Ooh. That's unfortunate. Chrome said, I think Logan Paul is a genuine scumbag, especially after using a dead body as a prop for his career. Yeah, I've never liked either of the Paul brothers. And again, it's with a disdain that doesn't work well for wrestling. Because it's not like, oh yeah, I hate that kid. I can't wait to see somebody beat his ass in the ring. I just don't want to see the kid. No interest. Gimster says, I bugged my general foreman 2 days ago. I told him what his next Halloween thing is. Told him to turn around and look down. He saw a pylon. Yeah, I used to give my general foreman fits when I was working. Yeah, on the regular. Chrome says, Disney has no idea what they're doing. The guy who's made the current Thor film is making a Star Wars film and asked Natalie Portman if she wants to be in Star Wars. He didn't know she'd played Padme. Oh, boy. I haven't watched enough Total Drama Island to have a favorite, Zuchen. I've only seen bits and pieces of it. Brunner says it took 9 days for YouTube to even acknowledge that video Logan Paul did with the body. They didn't even take it down. Logan himself did, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Well, that's what a lot of people were furious about, Brunner, and a lot of YouTubers. It's like, here the rest of us are losing channels, getting strikes for things that were much less egregious than that. And Logan Paul, one of their, golden boys, goes out and does something that vile and disgusting and disrespectful. And they're like, he shouldn't have done that, but let us think about it more. We're having meetings. Fuck you. Come on. The way YouTube run right now is just garbage. Toker says, wrestling is honestly just such cringe these days. Well, the writing is certainly not where it could be. And the writing has been on the poor side for a while, and that's unfortunate. Johnny says, people are already saying that Logan Paul is better than Pat McAfee. Fuck that shit. McAfee is actually entertaining. Yeah, I would disagree there. I was very impressed with McAfee. I mean, he's a good athlete anyway. Even when he was in the NFL, he was known, especially for a punter, as a good athlete. And he put in a lot. You can tell he's put a lot of work in too. No, I'm with you on that, Johnny. No way have I seen anything that makes me believe Logan Paul's a better worker than Pat McAfee. Katie Vick hashtag never forget. Brian says, "Oh, that was wasn't that terrible?" Triple H banging a corpse. Lix says, I will say that while I did like Kenobi, everything else they're making for Star Wars I want nothing to do with. They're going to be making like 15 new Star Wars shows over the next 3 years, and it all looks shit. Yeah, they're just... Yeah, I think it's a case of Disney bought that property. They've made some good money with it, and they're just going to beat that horse till it dies. Kyle says, my favorite WWE entrances are The Undertaker. Good one. Edge is, yeah. You think you know me. And Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is good as well. Yep, that's a good selection. I agree. The Socialists Are Coming says, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Dead serious question. The answer is 7.8. 7.8. Azian says, ever see As Told by Ginger? The name sounds familiar, Azian, but I can't place it. It was a Nickelodeon cartoon that wasn't afraid to go there with tough issues for kids, divorce, depression, puberty. It sounds familiar. It's not something Braxton and I watched, but now that you, with explaining it and that it tackled the tough subjects, I think I do remember when that was out, but no, we never really watched it. Big Green says, Kim Possible porn reminds me of Nintendo buying the rights to actual Super Mario porn so it would never see the light of day again. You can still find it, though, if you look really hard. Ha, hard. Chrome says, not a fan of Jordan Peele, honestly. His films are kind of cringy to me. They bash over the head with the message too much, and the plots are kind of paper thin. Really? Really? See, I've only seen the last horror movie he did. I liked that. But, again, I'm easy to please, but I liked it. Oh, old school Rugrats, Kyle? Rugrats is good. Rugrats is a lot of fun. There are a lot of... that was another one of those series that there were a lot of jokes in there designed to fly over kids' heads to make mom and dad laugh. Tsunami says, McAfee is a great performer and takes the business seriously. He's also just likable as a person. I agree on both counts. What's my view on gatekeeping in fandoms? Kaiser says, the same view it always is. Anything's okay until you become an extremist with it, till you get over the top and act like a douchebag over it. Toker says, does that count the wood he upchucked? All I can tell you, 7.8. Spot on. I can't go into greater details without giving away some of my sources. And to be honest, I don't need that kind of grief from the Woodchuckers Union. Hey, Noob Gamer. A shout out? Sure. Hi, DK Noob Gamer. I haven't seen the new Thor movie. I haven't, so I can't answer Iconic Simulation. I would like to see it, but no, I haven't seen that yet. Again, that's one I'll probably catch on streaming because my wife's not into it. Gimster says, one time my granddad dropped me off to work, security thought he was my uncle. Either I looked that old or he looked that young. Sucks for me. Yeah, really, Gimster. Good day for your dad. Or, I'm sorry, good day for your granddad. For you, like, nah. DJ Raptap says, have you watched the new Doctor Strange movie? I highly recommend that movie. Nope. Again, haven't seen that one either. I'd like to see that one with Spaz Kid just because Doctor Strange is one of his all-time favorite characters. He loves him. You're right, Johnny. He says, McAfee jumping into the top rope into a superplex at fucking 40 was insane. I'm 27. I'd probably break my neck. That was impressive. That's why I say anybody who's saying that Logan Paul is already better than Pat McAfee. I don't know. I have absolute zero idea what they would be basing that assessment on. I don't see that at all. The new place is very nice, New Gamer. We're really happy here. It's still, a lot. Well, I shouldn't say a lot of work. The good thing is once everything's in, we got a lot of totes to unload and everything. So there's a lot of stuff to be done, but it's stuff we can do at our own pace now. So it's no big deal. And we got to buy some furniture. What I'm doing is I'm waiting our house. We should be closing on our house up in New York in the next couple of months. And when we do, and when I get paid at the closing, then I'm going to go through and buy the furniture that we need for here and everything. So we're looking forward to that. That'll be fun. It's fun to go out and buy your furniture and everything. No. Really, Kyle? He said, you heard Rhea Ripley has cancer? Hope she feels better. No, I didn't hear that at all. Oh, that's all. I love Rhea Ripley. I'm a huge fan of hers. If it wasn't for Asuka, she might be my favorite in the women's division. No, I hadn't heard that at all. That's terrible. I like Rhea Ripley a lot. I have. Chrome says, by the way, have you seen the picture released from the James Webb Telescope? It's stunning. Stunning. Don't, for any of you guys who have seen that, these pictures from that James Webb Telescope, don't you look at those pictures and just feel insanely insignificant? It's like, we're just, our lives are all we know. So it's what we hold dear and are important to us. But in the face of the cosmos, we are just nothing. We're not even a grain of sand. And you see pictures like that and it's like, fuck. Milak says McAfee, like the guy that made the McAfee antivirus. No, the McAfee, he used to be a punter in the NFL. And now he's a broadcaster for WWE. The worst movie I've seen? Oh, Zuchen, I don't know. I'm 60. I've been watching movies since I was 5. So, I remember years and years ago, because it's become a running gag. Excuse me, when my wife's aunt came up to visit, and she was always into movies, and she had heard about good things about this critically acclaimed movie. Didn't get a lot of press, but it was supposedly really good. It was called Boxing Helena. It was one of the dumbest fucking things I ever saw in my life. And she agreed. I mean, she didn't know. She just went by what other people had said. And this was enough years ago. You didn't have a lot of feedback on the internet about movies and stuff to get other users' impressions or viewers' impressions. That might be the worst one I've ever seen. Big Green says, I don't know if I feel insignificant in this particular case since I always feel insignificant. Oh, but I do think it looks beautiful. It's stunning, the colors, isn't it, Big Green? It's mesmerizing. Chrome says, is it worse than that Hulk Hogan film you had me watch? Believe it or not, it probably is, Chrome. It really probably is. I can't even think of the name of that movie. Ooh, Dookie. Oh, what the hell is... Can't remember. I know the one you're talking about, the Hulk Hogan movie, though. Though, yes, I think it's even worse. Mortem says, I'm significant to myself, and that's enough for me, as it should be. As it should be. Yeah, he was a good punter. Yeah, Pat McAfee was a very good punter. Ashley says, what do you think of the men shouldn't cry concept? Personally, I think it's ridiculous, but I still prefer to cry behind closed doors due to the stigma. Yeah, I think everybody should be who they want to be. I don't have a problem with guys crying. None at all. I mean, if that's how you're wired and that's how you show sadness, grief, happiness, whatever the case may be, by all means, you shouldn't have to choke it down if that's how you feel. Jeez, Lex. Yes, that makes it all better. I have a mild panic attack nearly every day about my own mortality, but hey, funny blue wrench. Jesus Christ, Lex. I love the way you put things. No holds barred. Yes, thanks, Chrome. Yes, I think boxing Helena was worse than no holds barred, and that's saying a lot because no holds barred was, well, you know. Rosa says, "Okay, Curtis, I want to be a fascist dictator committing war crimes and genocides. Run for public office here. That might get you elected here in today's America." Willie says, recently bought a Switch. Immediately bought a game I played on PC because I knew I liked it. After $250, I wasn't taking chances. Love the system. I do too, Willie. Excuse me. Excuse me. I had told you guys, Spaz Kid and I didn't buy a Switch until it had been out for a couple of years at least. Because I was like, nah, I think Nintendo's done. And I was so wrong. Switch is one of the best consoles out there. No question about it. No question about it. What's Spaz Kid up to these days, Pandoff? He's still in New York, not where we used to live. Him and his girlfriend moved in together near her job in southern New York. But he's doing good. I got to talk to him later today. He's got a lead on a potential job right now that he's excited about, and I'm hoping he gets it. So he's doing well. He's a good kid. He's a really good kid. All right, guys. Well, I got to go. Hey, thanks for coming in and playing along. Again, I'll try and keep these streams rolling regular now. I love doing these Ask Me Anything, so we'll keep them as part of the regular rotation. When I have more time for a stream, a longer stream, I'll do a video clip stream again because, again, that's one of the ones I get requested the most. And, of course, we'll be doing our anime chats and anything else we just like. Oh, and we'll very soon be doing another topical stream. We haven't done one of those in ages, so you guys can bring up anything topical you want. But thank you for hanging out with me. This makes my day. I'm going to go down and have some dinner now, and I go down with a smile. I go down with a smile on my face, as if you're going to go down, as you should, because this just makes me feel so good. Thanks for all the great questions. Thanks for the conversation and the friendship. I appreciate it a lot. And hopefully, if everything goes well, I'll see you in a stream tomorrow. And if we stream tomorrow, maybe we'll do a topical one. Thanks, you guys. I'll talk to you real soon.